Hi, I'm Macbigicekeys. Hopefully this video will help you navigate the lava caves a little bit more easily. The very first thing that we need to do is prepare to go to the lava caves. I've set up my inventory here so that it has all items that you would normally have if you were just starting to go to the lava caves. Because luckily, pretty soon it's going to be easy to handle the lava caves and you're not going to have to worry about dying or losing your backpack or anything like that. First thing that we need is our cool-headed charm. We need 3 of these. You really don't need 3 of these. You probably only need 2 and the other charms are fine. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, I would have all 3. Or maybe try it with 1 and then, add if you need more. These are fairly early game and they're easy to get. And this is not the better version that you get later on. In order to craft the cool-headed charm, of course, you need to have your crafting bench, your lumber mill. Your lumber mill will help you unlock the spinning wheel, which will let you craft silk, which will give you the cool-headed charm. The only thing I have in my inventory that you probably may not have is your glider, and I only have that just to help me travel around a little bit faster for the video. The next is a shield. We want 2 shield. You want to double up on those. You don't want to really use the shield, but they come in pretty handy. We want some regular food that probably your villagers could make for you. I even have some raw meat here, and so that's just for traveling. I have some grilled meat because the grilled meat is good when you're in combat. It adds a couple extra hearts, even though it takes a little bit longer to eat. All these bones in my inventory are not important. They're just there to fill the spaces so that when other things drop, it doesn't automatically pick up and I can choose what goes into my inventory. Let's see, for the snowberry shake, okay, this is going to be extremely important. So if you haven't traveled over and gathered snowberries from the snowy mountain biome, you definitely want to do that right on the edge of the grasslands. You can kind of dip in and grab these. And of course you need some milk to make a shake, and then you'll use the juicer to make the snowberry shake. Now this is kind of optional. If you have your charm set up, you could probably go without this. If you only have 1 charm, you could probably need both. But the snowberry shake is kind of pretty important at this stage of the game. I have some slurp juice. This was just extra, so this can help if we're in a fight. It gets that regenerative hit points for 5 minutes, which is really handy if things get scary. Spicy pepper. Why do we need spice or pepper? Well, if we leave the cave and it's night, we're going to be cold, and so this is a nice way to fight that cold. I should probably also get a torch. The lava caves are actually visible. They're pretty easy to see, so, your choice, but it's always good to have a torch. In terms of lighting up the darker spots of the caves, because there will be a few dark spots, I prefer to put down candles with using vines. The torches will despawn if you throw them out, and the vines don't despawn. So it's a nice way, because you're going to be going back to this, especially earlier in your adventures into the lava caves. You're probably going to go back to the same cave once or twice, maybe even 3 times, before you've mined all the ore. And eventually the ore should be respawning, so permanent lighting is definitely helpful. You can also use it to mark your way. As you're going into the cave, you can put these on the left side of the path and then keep them on the right side on your way back. Next we have swords. So swords, we have a regular junk short sword right here, and then I have a couple long sword uncommon ones. Again, this is probably what you have at this point in the game. And then an uncommon crossbow. And then 80 arrows, because this is going to be our main weapon that we want to use ranged. We really don't want to tangle too close with the skeletons we're going to be fighting. And so the next thing is we need to make sure that our bellies are full and that we go off and find the caves. Alright, so we're taking our airship into the dry valley, the desert. If you want to know more about this airship, you can watch another one of my videos. It's called like Survival Steerable Hot Balloon, something like that. But this is pretty much it. I can talk about how to steer it and how to navigate it in that video. And I'll probably just fast forward here as I find one of these caves that I've labeled but I haven't really explored. Maybe we'll go over to this one right up here. And as you're looking over the dry valley, your eyes are naturally drawn to the darker spots because of contrast. And so you actually have to try to avoid looking at the dark pillars and look into the sand and look for this kind of dusty red color as you're looking over. But let's get on with it. Let's go ahead and get into the cave. All right. Now I've only like dropped into this cave just to mark it, and I backed out. So I think the first thing I would do after I fight this thing right here is, and these things are pretty tough too, but maybe try to see if I can get away from it and see what it does. Looks like it's going away. This guy can stay. I would put some sort of chest in here. You want... Oh, right here, surfaces. You want to use these little traditional counters. And I don't know, maybe you could put some emergency food in here. Maybe I'll put a couple eggs in there and maybe a chili pepper. Just in case, you never know, right? I also want to keep my shield above where my shield slot is, and my sword above where my sword slot's going to be. And we're not mining right now. We're going in, we're navigating, we're seeing what's there. Again, I might put a bed here, and I want to make sure that I have full. My hunger is gone. I'm satiated. And then the last thing is, before you go in, you want to go ahead and drop one of these snowberry shakes. At the top it says 9 minutes and 55 seconds, so 10 minutes is a lot of time to go in. And so when you go into the cave, you're going to expect a few mobs. Like we can see from a distance there's a skeleton right there. So last thing I want to do is go and charge in. What I want to do pretty quickly here is probably build a wall, right? Let's see it. We're probably just building log walls. Let's do that. That gives us a little bit of protection. He's not going to see us over there. And we're just going to see what's around. We got some ore up there, some ore up there, some lava. Now the lava's going to hurt you if you step in it, obviously. Sometimes they'll jump into it and be swept away, but they'll hop back out. They'll take damage, but they'll hop back out. You notice over here, right where my reticule dot is, there's a shell waiting to jump out. We got some wood. We have a nice platform up there that can provide some protection. So we have some things that are to our advantage. And these walls are why we brought the wood. So I can go up here, now that I've built this wall, I can build a little staircase. And just make sure I know what's around me too. Like I don't know what's down there, so I might put a torch or a candle. It's a wick. It's not going to give a ton of light, but I'll at least be able to see what's going on down there if I happen to fall. Okay, and those take a second to light up. But it's just vines, so they're really cheap. So I know that that skeleton can run down there, but he's not going to be able to get up here. So I'm pretty safe. And you notice with the snowberry shake and the 3 charms, I'm not taking any damage whatsoever. Now, here's something you don't want to do, is you don't want to put down a campfire. Because if you don't have all the charms and the shake going, this will actually cause you to get hot. That could be a dangerous thing. Of course, if you have all the charms, that might be a nice way to light up a big area as you hunt. Now, see, he's here. He's noticed me. Now, I could just run away. I think he walked around my wall. And now we know we got a bit of a fight for us. He managed to sneak through. I wonder if he walked through the lava. We're going to go in here and see if we can deal with him. Just in case. Alright, so he's not there. So how did he get over here is what I'm wondering. I think he snuck through right there. I wasn't super careful about my placement. So I'm going to block this up. right, and then I'm gonna block this up too right here. Ooh, I kind of placed one like with a ledge on it, so we'll do 4. All right, now we have the high ground and we have position, so we can just shoot away at them. And see, they can throw things too. They'll shoot back. Some of them will throw dynamite, so you got to be careful. But other ones, you can just move a little bit to the side when they throw, or hold up your shield. You notice that their rocks go through the pillar. See, there's nothing intimidating about this at all. Easy, right? One thing you can also do is you can kind of make yourself a way back in that they're not going to be able to manage to use. But we got a backup plan. See, I just fell right there and now I'm back up. Well, we have this guy right here, okay? What we can do is we'll put the granite wall up like this, these blocks, and it should stop that. It shouldn't be able to get past this wall. So we shoot it, wake it up. And the same thing. Now we have a little bit of safety and control. So the other way to deal with these is simply let them roll up, hit the shield. 5 hits, and that's with the weak shield. You know, you can see it barely took hardly any durability on it. I want to pick up that sand shell, so I'm going to move this bone over and accept it, and then I'm going to move forward. As I'm going in, I can place my little cheap vines on the left side. Like, I can see just fine right here, but I want to put them on the left side. So I know. All right, here's another good guy. So we got to look out for these guys right here. What we want to do with these is kind of what I was doing over there. As long as we notice them ahead of time, we can block off this entire area. You want to work the advantage that you have. Our advantage is that we can jump and move around. And we can build things. And the enemies cannot. And then put it up there on like a shelf. Okay, so now we're ready. We're almost ready. You notice my food has gone down. So I'm going to eat some of my cheap food here. And you'll notice, like, there are no skeletons respawning behind me. We're pretty safe. We have one of our shells over there. Maybe I missed him on the way in. He's just waiting there. He's not triggered by my presence, but it's good to know that he's there. All right, and then we're going to go up here. We're going to instigate a fight with this guy. There he is. Let me get him to charge. Bring it. And then he'll blow himself up. And you get your blast core. Now he's pretty dangerous. And again, I'm just geared out with the basic gear that you would have to start. And that's it. You would just kind of work your way through. And if you want to farm them, right now, if you close and then reopen, they'll respawn. There's tons of granite in these caves. And maybe it's because they expect you to build something. It is a building game, right? Like, use the building to your advantage. All right, we have another sand shell right there. We don't need them. But that's it. Everything else is just basics, like the farming. Build up your platforms. Make sure you, even if they fall in the lava, you can still pick them up. But that's more the mining end of it. This is a video about the surviving end of the lava cave. And you notice my health is, look, we can even jump up right here. My health is in a pretty good spot. I really didn't even need all these defenses, but they're nice to have, a place to back up and retreat to. Okay, then you hop out of the cave. You come back with your mining gear, and you already have this all set up just in case you run into unexpected things. Okay? That's it. That's how you survive the lava caves. Good luck on your explorations. Comment if you like if you do. Thanks for watching.